So now we're going to turn onto Highway 8. And hopefully we'll get some pretty decent footage here. Maybe a little bit difficult, but you should be able to see most of it. 55 mile an hour speed limit on this road. I thought that was a cop for a minute. Most of the time what you will see around here, there's Junction BB, which when I was a kid I always thought was named for my initials, but and there used to be an old Fina store there on the left. Now as we come down through here, you know, this is a very hilly road. You know, up high, down low, up high, down low, and kind of gives you that that tickle thrill or whatever it is. But not so much now when you're growing up, I don't guess. But 55 miles an hour, and I'm doing 55 as a matter of fact, behind two cars. And what you see a lot of out here, of course, especially this time of year, are going to be cars heading to either the Merrimack River or the Huzzah Creek to go mostly canoeing. Now, I think they do some kayaking out there, but canoeing is the big hobby here. My uncle used to run the whole shebang here. You know, he had a virtual monopoly at one point in time on the canoeing. In fact, he is featured in a documentary for the history of the state of Missouri called Treehouse, because his nickname was Treehouse Brown, because he was the guy that lived in a tree. So you can probably access that on YouTube if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, and you can see somebody in front of us has also been on a dirt road. Hey, it happens. And at this point, I'm really not filming much except the vehicle in front of me. But he's out for a Sunday drive too. We're heading to the Lambert Field, the St. Louis airport. And there, of course, is a nice little lake out there on a guy's property out to the left. I don't think you can see that. Center Point Baptist Church is to the right. There, that's where my Aunt Kay got married in 1992, is still married to Ed Worley. They have now been married for a little over 27 years. Some motorcycles our way. Remember, it said it was a 6-mile trip to Steelville. Let's see, on the right there we have AC service and Tim's Automotive, and trust me, you need AC. It is, I'm gonna have to see how hot it is here today, but it is hot, I can tell you that. It says it's 86 here, the heat index is 89, but I'm going to tell you the humidity, I mean, it's awful. That's all I can say. This is Mississippi. This is Southeast America type humidity and heat today. They don't get that very long or for often up here, but it's not fun, I'll tell you that. And then there's Junction TT, which is where Jeremy and Sarah are staying in an Airbnb. We're about to go down and on a hill to the left. Usually there's, and TT, if you take that TT back way, you wind up at my parents' house, the way we had just come out a few minutes ago. but it's one of those, you have to, I don't remember exactly how it works, but I've ridden it more than once. But there's Highway 8, and according to Steve, as you get down the hill here, you're barreling with a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, and a cop will sit down here off the hill because it does a sudden drop to 35. So it's a speed trap, and it's one of those, you know, if you're from here, you know this. Now, by the same token, yeah, it'll give you the, and obviously somebody who either got busted or knows somebody who got busted, has the sign there where I'm slowing down to speed, particularly with a video camera running, because God knows that I don't want to get busted. And here actually on the right is the Steelville city limit sign and Steelville Community Park with the baseball field out there. So, the Purple Heart City, STE Communications. I'm actually doing about 10 miles over the speed limit right now, and I'm having to do it kind of to stay in traffic between what's in front of me and what's behind me. There is a bowling center. The Steelville Bowling Center is just up on the right. You may see that. Okay, it's kind of a small place. It looks like a dump. Fresh oil, loose gravel, so it says. And we're about to go through the bustling metropolis of Steelville, Missouri, which for the years of 1990 through 2000 was the population center of the United States, which meant that if everybody weighed the same, you would have an equal distribution of people on all four sides of this town. They kind of tried to make it a little bit of a, tried to cash in on celebrity, I guess, as much as they could. There was a very unflattering article in a National Geographic from November of 2001, and the town really got ripped apart by somebody that wasn't even from here, and that did not go over well. So, the thing just turned on the thing. The Yadkin Creek we're going over. Now, when we get up here to the stop sign, and Highway 8 joins Highway 19. This is actually the strip, the downtown area, what little bit there is of Steelville, okay? And apparently I must have bumped the hazard lights at some point in time. Alrighty, so we're about to go through the city here. Spare Rib Inn is on the right. There's an individual, there's a guy, there's Junior Samples or Jethro or something in his overalls. I mean, I couldn't have written this any better than this. Good old Bubba. Big Bubba, no trouble. I am going to have to pull off in a minute because I got my hazard lights running like crazy, like I'm running a funeral. But nevertheless, we're here in the town, and we're riding the strip. So, the First Baptist Church is on the left. We're coming up to, and when I say the, I mean it is the curve in town. When I say the curve, I mean the curve. There's Casey's General Store is on the left. Shelter Insurance on the right. There's the bank. And we hit the curve, and right in the curve, it used to be Mickey Bowes' Dairy Isle. He's passed away. Now it's just Dairy Isle and Grill, because nobody could have ever known that place by another name. There's Tasty Freeze that's been closed for years. It opened here in 1982. There's a tour bus. It looks like they're probably heading to somewhere, and I'm going to pull off the road here in a minute. Now there's a liquor store, and literally, folks, when we complete this curve and hit this railroad track, we're on our way out of town. And so I'm going to turn off here so I can try and figure out how to turn my hazard lights off that came on.